I'm back. Hopefully this has fixed the issue. Obviously there was a recent F1 update that's come out 1.17. There hasn't been any audio issues from other tiers this evening, but just seems like it's not my night. As obviously, unfortunately, Jamie wouldn't be able to stream, and I'm the kind of stream person for this evening, so I don't know what the issue is. Hopefully it has been fixed, as we've got 2 minutes and 50 left on the clock in the Pinnacle tier. We've got Montana leading the way with a 13.7, and then Shazoo Tom in second with a 13.9, and then ERT Chalkers up there with a 14.0. Yeah, as just had an update from our head of comms, which is Jess, the game audio is coming through fine. It's still not able to hear you. So I don't know what's going on with this game. We are trying whatever we can to fix whatever the issue is. I genuinely don't know. I've just done a speed test. My internet is absolutely fine. So hopefully Jamie can get something fixed. I don't know what the issue is, as Chalkers goes in for a lap there and keeps himself in P4 with a 14.0, as the final times are going to be coming in from these drivers. Yeah, I was just trying to see what the situation is. As yeah, I don't know what's going on this evening. My internet seems fine. I'm hearing you loud and clear. So hopefully something in the race may just fix. I don't know. As qualifying is finished. We do apologise for all the technical issues. Hopefully, coming in the season, it will be fixed. So Montana takes pole position here this evening in the Williams with a 13.6. In second is ERT Henry. In third is Shazoo Tom. In fourth is ERT Chalkers. Fifth is Legend. Sixth is Corsa. In seventh is ERT Khalifa. Eighth is Owen Wyatt. In ninth is Ryderdale. 10th in is Lakitu. Outside the top 10 is the 3 Matt 3R. In 12th is Fetbass. In 13th is J Luke. Konzo 14th and XL J Cole in 15th without a time.
Yeah, so not the best thing to start at the back of the grid there was. Maybe that's part of the plan. Maybe that's part of the plan. Start at the back of the grid. Maybe just get a bit of consistency, and yeah, should be good for him to maybe just try and keep up in the first few laps and try and make through the field. But then Williams guys look tough to beat.
Yep, as we are now going to go into the race, which will be 32 laps here of Imola, and hopefully now the audio issue is now sorted. So the drivers will be picking their pit stop strategies. Obviously, one hub racing is a mandatory 2-stop, so the drivers will have to make 2 stops. That's the traditional mandatory 1 stop, and then they will have to make another stop, which will be in compliance with the 1 hub mandatory rules. We will see probably the soft and the mediums being used. I don't really think these drivers will be using the hards, which I saw earlier in the prospect here, which was at 6:15 PM. So it is Montana who leads the way this evening, as the timer is now gonna start counting down.
Yeah,
and hope. Go on.
No, that's obviously the host should get a time where he lets drivers pick setups, pick strategies. So
yeah,
it's happened. A nice dry race though, which is good to see. We get to see a true reflection of guys' paces. I'll be raining a bit later on. Obviously, there was talk of rain in the prospect here race, but it didn't come in the end. So
no,
we might have the same situation here.
Yeah, well, it's all sunshine here at the moment at Imola, as the drivers will start their formation lap, and Montana will lead the way. So we'll just see what the drivers outside the top 10 did pick on their tyres. So, bit of a mixture here, as 3 drivers are on the medium compound tyre, and 1 which is Konzo on the soft compound tyre. So it's a Williams sandwich at the top with a Aston Martin in the middle, and I'm not quite sure if at the prospect here had a Williams at the front. I wasn't at the front. I think you might have been, Jamie.
Yeah, it did.
So maybe maybe it is a Williams season, as they all are leading behind Montana. So as we've also got ERT Chalkers and Shazoo Tom up in there. I think to help Montana, Tom will be wanting to get past Henry very quickly in the Aston Martin, as they're just warming up the tyres as they come to what will be the very sharp hairpin. Now you can invalidate there and get a warning or a 3-second time penalty, as a few drivers in the lower divisions have been caught out this evening on them as well, as they come around the final 2 corners when we get ready for race start and lights out here in Imola. 32 laps here this evening. A Williams on pole, and then an Aston Martin will be battling it out into turn 1. We could even have Shazoo Tom battling with them as well Let's find out, as the drivers are now going to be lining up in their grid slots. It's going to be Aston Martin versus Williams in the turn 1. It's going to be ERT Henry versus NSX Montana into turn 1, as the drivers are now in their grid slots. And the game doesn't give me a good camera angle. So the drivers are in their grid slots. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go here in the Pinnacle tier for Season 20. As they all go down into turn 1. Who is going to get the move done here? As it looks like Tom is going to go for it. And the game gives me the worst camera angle as they make their way into turn 1. As Montana... Oh, yeah, Henry gets the move done on Montana as they now come through. I believe this is turn 2 and 3. The 2 Williams are now going to have to think of a plan now how to get past ERT Henry, who made that fantastic move on turn 1, as Chalkers is also right behind as they all come through the first few corners here in the pre-season race here in Pinnacle, as they all now make their way down the hill as they go, and they are now going to go through what we like to call the roller coaster. It's going to be a bit of an up and down ride, as hopefully nobody spins on that curb, and they all come through nice and safely as they now come through the sharp turn.
Rydell goes moving to the chicane, gets into 6th place. Nice move there for the Aston man on the winner, and then great start by Consul down the field up to 9th place and 40 from the grid. Consul really aggressive out there, but yeah, Henry got a nice launch and with a nice line in turn 1, turn 2, got the move done, and now it's interesting for Aston what these Williams guys, I think they maybe have to work together to try and get Henry, who did great last season, but this is impressive stuff to see him take the lead, and quite as Matt's in the pits, I believe he may have sustained some sort of damage on the opening laps. He's going to fall a long way down the order.
Yeah, not what Matt wanted in the early race here, as they are...
Oh, Henry's off. Henry's made a mistake. Sorry, Henry's made a mistake into the Spielnerf chicane. He's down into 6th place. Wow, what happened there? He went off track, must hit the curb, and he's lost a lot of time.
Yeah, that has knocked him down to P7, as I think we may have found the technical issue. My game was too loud, so they couldn't hear you. So I've turned it down a little bit. Actually, I'll just turn it up a little bit more, just so I think that might be better now. As it looks like Henry is already back on the chase, and he's having a look at one of the Hasses. As we saw in the earlier tier, Haas didn't have a very good start to their season here in One Hub, as ERT Henry is also going to have to battle with his fellow ERT teammate, which is Khalifa in the Mercedes. Montana sets the fastest lap with a 16.8. He's got his teammate right behind, as DRS is now enabled, so we may get a few more overtakes, but you've got to pick your moment here.
Yeah, we've also got a bit of these front 14 cars all in DRS, so we may get a DRS train effect where their cars just follow each other on the DRS and they don't use too much battery and they wait to attack later on in the stint. So I believe we might have a bit of a holding pattern at the moment, but Chalkers is getting very close. So we've got Henry and Corsa going side by side up Toaster, and Henry is on the recovery. He's up to 6th place, so Henry's up to 6th, but he's got a little bit detached to the cars ahead, so you have to try and catch back up again. But yeah, Henry, nice move there into Toaster on Corsa up to 6th, trying to recover from that little mistake he made on the 2nd lap.
Yeah, as ERT Henry, I probably presume, will be getting his head down and see what he can do P6, as he knows he's got the pace to battle Montana, as it looks like the car behind him in the Haas does go a little bit wide there on the exit of the sharp hairpin there, as yeah, Henry is on an absolute charge now to catch up to Ryderdow, as Ryderdow is going to get some DRS, as he is going to look for an overtake on the Ferrari of IFR Legend, as he is going to get the DRS now, and he's going to be making his way down into someone. Not enough for an overtake, but the tow towards that is an absolute incredible amount of tow that you do get as they come around.
Montana makes a bit of a mistake, but I think he's just about okay. Sorry to look there, but Montana, look how close it is. Tom gained a lot on that DRS, and Yeah, Tom is threatening his teammate here, so yeah, these front two are starting to drag a few cars along, but yeah, Tom got a great one with DRS down the first corner. If it was this close at the end of this lap, I'm sure he would take the lead.
Yeah, Tom getting close. Oh, Henry's out. Henry is out. What's happened there? It looks so so unlucky.
Yeah, he maybe hit the curb on Curtella. It said it was the wall. Also, where George Russell famously crashed in 2020 under the safety car. But that's a shame, I believe. It's just a yellow flag at the moment, not a VSC or safety car. So we're still green, and that's bad news for Matt. Look how far back Matt is. He's 38 seconds back. That shows how much it costs to have a pit stop around there. But what can Tom do? Tom is in good range. He's in good range. He should have been an easy pass to lead. The DRS is quite powerful on this track. Yeah, Montana doesn't even defend it. I think he realises there's no point fighting that. There's plenty of opportunities to repass. The two Williams guys do keep the lead, but the positions are swapped.
Yeah, the two Williams are playing a little bit of chess at the moment. They're just fine moving themselves into making sure they can keep this 1-2 as Chalkers is right on the back of Montana, and the first penalty of the day goes to one of the Haas drivers, which is Corson. Yeah, I'm going to get that.
He's Corson struggling a big time. He's 3 seconds back. He's not holding up the guys behind Corson. He's not feeling too good on them tyres. And I think Khalifa want to get this move done pretty fast because you can see them front five pulling away at a rapid rate. As Corson gets a bit slidey in this chicane, and yeah, this is a bad place for Khalifa catching up. Because dirty effect around here is quite bad, but you get a good exit, which he sort of does. Corson wide again. That's showing another warning. So Corson, if he keeps this up, he may be at risk to get a disqualification.
Yeah, and you don't want too many of them in the season, as they can bite at the end of the season, as these drivers will be battling it out for the points come next week. As Khalifa is going to get DRS, is he going to go for the move? He's got around about 55%. He's going to go for it. He's going to go. Yep, he's going to get the move done even before turn 1. He doesn't even need turn 1, and that is Khalifa up to P6 for the Mercedes team.
Yeah, that's just what you need to do. Now he's got to try and close that gap to the guy ahead of course. If he can stay within DRS, he may have been to repass, but it's going to be quite difficult for him as the next 1 or 2 laps time, these soft guys will be starting to think about making the pit stop and maybe having an undercut. So I won't be surprised to see 1 or 2 cars, maybe even this lap. You know, it'd be a long way to go, but it might be worth a gamble for some of these guys a bit further down the pack, as it's still quite close between the front few cars. As Chalkers is having a nice look at Montana here, but Montana, he will have DRS off Tom, so it could be easy for Chalkers to maybe try and move up into second place.
No, I think with Chalkers, he just needs to kind of bide his time, maybe, you know, keep behind Montana, and just wait for Montana to make a mistake, because it can happen. These curbs will bite you. Oh, that's massive understeer, as I was just saying, as Legend goes into the pits, and Chalkers is now going to...
Khalifa spun it in the final corner, sorry to interrupt, but Khalifa spun it as Chalkers can get rid of Montana, but I don't think he can get moved done. No, he backs out of it. But yeah, Khalifa made a mistake. He's got Owen Wyatt going for a move on Corson and Console. Does he get 2 into 1? No, he doesn't, but Owen Wyatt from nowhere is up to 6th place. He's just keeping out of trouble, making good progress, the ERT driver. But yeah, shame for Khalifa though. He made a mistake there and did pick up damage. He went off track, he went into the gravel track, and he's coming into the pits. But yeah, shame for Khalifa, because he was just starting to make progress.
Yeah, unlucky for one Aston Martin tonight, but it looks like Owen is doing the business for Aston Martin, as Shizou Tom picks up a penalty. That could be crucial at the end of the race. That is the first penalty in the top 3, and that is for the race leader. As I'm on board with Owen White thing now, as Montana also picks up a penalty. Williams are making mistakes, and they are now peaking.
Chalkers made a mistake as well. Yeah, Chalkers went wide at and then Rydell got through into 3rd place. Chalkers hit the curve a bit too much in the chicane, and that allowed Rydell to move on. Chalkers was struggling to recover, and Rydell was now in a good position. We want these Williams guys pitting up, but Rydell does now. Rydell's going very aggressive on the strategy, maybe fancying the net race lead here.
Yeah, that's the first. No, the second driver out now, as that is a safety car. What a time for Chalkers and Rydell to pit. What an absolute time for them to pit. So I suspect we'll see the first lot of pit stops really come in, as I suspect Tom and Montana will pit. So safety car out here within 8 laps. We've not even gone up to 10 laps at the moment, as 8 laps in and we have a safety car. I don't think the medium runners will pit. I think they'll come in around about lap 12 to lap 14, so that would just be after the safety car, I suspect, but them soft runners will come in.
Well, the thing is, it's a 2-stop race, so maybe the green guys will pit because you get rid of the pit stop. And yeah, that was that's sort of the start of the pit window for the soft guys. So that is perfect running for soft guys. Green guys are a little more compromised. They may have to run an extra step their medium tyres. They may manage 2 sets of softs, but it would be quite marginal. So yeah, I believe these front 7. I'll be shocked if nobody pits. I think everybody has to pit because it gets the pit stop out of the way, and it means effectively you've got one more stop to go. As Tom's in, and surely Montana will have to double stack down his teammate. I think he's left a bit of a gap to maybe reduce the effect of that. He doesn't hold anybody up though, so that's fine by Montana. He needs to save his own race because they've apparently improved the double stacking on the game, so that might help him.
Yeah, as the 2 Williams make their first pit stop, and that will put Lakitu. No, I thought Lakitu was going to be in P3 then, as it's a bit of a pit stop.
In again.
So he may have hit something.
I think he's going to maybe go for the hard tyres to the end, ride it out, get his 2 stops out the way. Now this is an interesting strategy. He's going to medium, so maybe he feels like he can get the mediums to the end. So this could be as a few guys behind are pitting also, but yeah, this could be interesting. Got some guys that at the end of the race will have it. If there's no more safety cars, Legend and Ride Out have done their 2 stops already, so this is interesting. Now this could be quite interesting. If there's no more safety cars, it may work out for them, but they are going to be stuck behind some slower cars. So they have to make progress on the restart, but there's such long pit loss around here. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised more guys didn't pit for a second stop.
No, I think it's just playing it kind of when do you pit, because this might not be the only safety car, and if you're doing like the kind of situation Ryderdale did where he's done the 2 stops, it could be where the situation of he's going to have to make another pit stop, because I don't think the mediums will go literally 22 laps roughly around, but if I can do maths correctly, I don't think they'll go 23 laps, 22 should I say, because obviously we will be on lap 10 or 11.
Yeah, but they got some extra safety car laps, so that does help. But
yeah,
I believe the safety car will probably come in at the end of next lap, looking at how the field is spread out. So it's quite interesting though, because we've got J-Nuke's coming as well, so J-Nuke's going for that strategy as well. I don't know what to make of this. This could be a grand slam finish if it stays like this. So don't go away. This race is about to hot up.
Yeah, as that safety car is still out at the moment, with Shizuton taking the race lead from his teammate, which was Montana, who is now in 7th. So Montana's going to have to battle a few people and overtake a few people.
Well, yeah, and obviously overtake's not the easy thing on day, and if you get stuck in that train, then you may lose some progress, but yeah, look at that safety car. Look at Montana down in 7th place. Even though he tried to stop the effect double stack, that has really cost him, because he was in 3rd. He was with his teammate, and now he's got 6 cars in between. So it just safety car lottery just didn't pay out there for Montana.
Just a quick thing. Is your mic volume up on your mic?
Yes.
Alright, it's just they still can't hear you, and I've lowered my gain volume down quite low, so I don't know if your mic might be going, but yeah, I just thought I'd let you know. So I don't know. I think and there might be a bit of an issue between. Hold on, let me just see if I can turn my adjust my mic level.
Let me see how Tom approached this. Now, we had prospect here. We had some quite slow restarts. Tom is not pushing the field too much. He's surely gunning it out the final corner. Now, can Conzo stay with him in the Alpine? Tom is weaving his tyres. He's not gonna go until the start-finish line. Now, this, if he catches Conzo out of wares, this could be good. And look, Tom got a great restart there, but Conzo is in the slipstream. He'll use his battery. Now, can Conzo get a run into turn one? I think it's a bit too far back, but a bit further back was from scrapping between Khalifa, Ryder down. Look, 3 wide. Wow. Khalifa had to back out there because Mata goes around the outside. We've got still side by side, but yeah, Mata got through. Khalifa down 12th place. Awful restart there for the Mercedes, man.
Yeah, or not a great, as looks like Montana, he's going to go round the outside of the Alfa Romeo of Lakitu, doesn't get the move done as he has to back out as the corner there, but wow, what a try of a move there by the Williams driver as he looks to maybe have another go at the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Conzo's struggling, Chalk is on the right back of him. This is great for Tom. Look at the gap buffer he's building.
Yeah, Tom with a 1.6 gap to Conzo in P2. Conzo actually started right at the back of the grid and gets himself up to P2 after the safety car restart. The top two do have penalties at the moment. Tom has 3, and I believe Conzo has 3 as well. I will just give you a penalty update. Yep, so Shizu Tom has 3, Conzo has 3, Montana has 3, Fetbass has 3, J. Cole has 3, and Matt has 3. The other drivers don't have a penalty at the moment, but that can all change at the end, as I believe J. Cole and Fetbass are going to have a battle going into turn 1. That battle may have already happened, as Chalkers, I think, is also having a look at Conzo. Look at how close he is, not even a 10th thing. He is literally pushing that Alpine. He's going to go for it. I don't think he's going to get the move done, and he has decided to back off.
He's on the curb, he's lost it out! Wow, he's on the curb, a bit of dirty air there, and he lost it out the race. And that might be another safety car. Indeed it is. Now surely everybody else on the one stop will pit for a set of mediums, because you'll for sure get them to the end now. These guys, these Pinnacle tiers guys, I think will. So surely everybody else will pit, and that will promote Ryder into the race lead.
Yeah, wow, what a... so unlucky for Chalkers. I think Dirty Air did not help him, as that is so unlucky for Chalkers. Was doing an absolute fantastic race in the Red Bull, and it all came down just a little bit of understeer, I think, and that is sadly him out of the race here in Pinnacle.
Yeah, it's a shame because he was looking really feisty. I think he just, as I mentioned earlier in the pre-race, them curbs, I think I still leave on that first sector. They just caught him out as Lakitu. He's in the pit. Everybody else is staying out, interestingly, though. So, do you think some of these guys are thinking, oh, you've got to get a third safety car? A lot of guys are coming in. I think they're just coming in to put a fresher set of mediums on, because they're near the back anyway. So they might as well put some fresh set of mediums on and make the tyre wear a little bit less. As actually Matt is on the hard tyre. Well, that's an interesting call, I have to say. I think he may struggle on the restart because them tyres, hard tyres, take an age to warm up.
Yeah, as I think... I will just put it back up on the tyres. Yeah, I saw in the prospect here a few drivers did go on the hards and they did work for a few laps. And yeah, I think we can get them up to the right temperature. Matt could just be on to something, as he won't need to pit again, because I believe he has made 2 stops now. So I will just have a double check. So everybody from 6th downwards has made the mandatory 2 stop. Everyone above them needs to make a pit stop still. So we'll have a look at the position changes. The highest position change is Conzo up in the P2, and his teammate in P4 with 11 moved up. The biggest loss obviously is ERT Henry with 13, and obviously with Chalkers down there with 9 places dropped. Also massive mention to Fitbass. He makes up 7 positions, and also J. Luke making up 5 places respectively. So the safety car out for a second time on lap 13 after what sadly was the end to Chalker's snap. Tom's in. Tom makes a late call, and that will promote Konzo up to the race lead. And I wonder if Tom will go for a set of mediums or a set of hards.
Yeah, Tom pick up damage. I'm interested to see. No, it's a scheduled pit stop, so he'll drop to the back of the field, and that's an interesting call as Matt's come in, getting rid of them hard tyres and put them. I wonder if Matt has decided to. He was on the medium side as well, just run the hard, so I've run the 2 compounds, come out again on the medium. Well, that's quite a good call there, because I'm not going to win them hard tyres in this race, as these two will catch up. But you know, it's interesting by Tom pitting that lap, because he's up to the back of the field. Maybe he fancied a bit of overtaking on this pre-season race.
Yeah, well, he saw his teammate Montana do it, well, try to do it on Lakitu after the safety car restart. So I wonder if Tom feels he can do the same. We know Tom has the pace. That's why he's in this tier. That's why all these drivers are in this tier, because they are the fastest here in One Hub, and they have proven it through our qualifying night session, which you saw last week. And I was very shocked and very surprised with a lot of these times that were so incredible from a lot of the drivers, especially Ryderdale in my session. He was up there with some of the fastest people in that lobby, and he is proving this evening that he is one of the fastest. And the safety car is going to be in this lap, so Konzo in the Alpine will get us underway here for what will be around about 15 laps to the race. And he's on the mediums, he's had them on for 4 laps, and he's got Montana right behind him to keep him company. Let's just see when he will bolt, as he's going to make a move, I presume, very soon. As we're just waiting for him, he's going to go around the final corner before he can start making a move, as the drivers are all nicely bunched up. And we're going to get back on the racing, and he's gone. Konzo has bolted and he is on his way. Is Montana quick enough to react? As right behind, I think, Fitpass is having to defend as they all come down into turn 1. That's not maybe a good idea.
No, Rydell makes it stick up to 4th place. Rydell's the guy to look out for. Also, Jake on these soft tyres. Now he has to make his work pretty quickly. He's got his teammate, and one of his teammates will try and hold Montana up to let Jake call through. That would be quite a. Obviously, Konzo and Jake are not teammates for the season. Konzo hasn't picked a teammate yet, so he's in that Alpine. So maybe not that strategy, but yeah, Rydell with the aggressive restart there. Konzo, let's say, matched that restart pretty well. Enough gap, and yes, Montana. Got Montana covered there was Khalifa. Started so well for him, he's now in last place. He dropped back. I wonder if Khalifa had a pretty poor restart there. But look at Montana, he's really threatening the back of Konzo, and I fancy maybe obviously not DRS this lap, but he may still get the move done just by slipstream and battering.
Yeah, as Montana is on a charge at the moment, as you mentioned, no DRS at the moment, and yeah, it does question a lot of drivers haven't got teammates sorted out for next season. Maybe this race may just help them. Montana might not even need DRS. He's going to make his way down the straight as they come now into turn 1. They're going to make the. Is Montana going to go for it? He's going to go for it into turn 1. Montana is side by side. And he gets the move done. Is Konzo going to come back at him? It doesn't look like it, and it's going to be the 2 Alpines will now have to make a decision who is going to push to get past the Williams driver of Montana, as Fetbass does drop down to P8, and that is Khalifa into the pits as well.
Got Owen up inside the mat in the Tosa. Wow, that's an aggressive move by Owen there. Makes it sick though. Matt tries to fight back, go side by side as Jake goes up to 2nd place, but what will Matt do? Will he back out of it? Well, he's still going side by side. Matt and Owen are going side by side back in the field. Matt's still got his wheel in there, but he has to back out of it as Jake Cole does get by. Was that a yield by Konzo?
Yeah, as we go back up to the front of the pack with Montana, J. Cole and Konzo. As also Ryderdale is right on the back of Konzo, and Legend is also on the back, so DRS may be enabled. I don't think, is it going to be enabled this lap? I think it is.
Yeah, look at Tom at 7th place already. Tom's making moves in the restart. It's up to 7th already. You may fancy look at J-Luke, to look at Rydell. Is Rydell going to move to 3rd place? Conzo's got pretty good straight line speed. He's not the easiest guy to overtake as Rydell maybe fancying the Villeneuve chicane. Now this will be a brave man, go around the outside of Villeneuve chicane, thinks better of it, but he may get the good exit here into Tosa, but no, I think Conzo has it covered. Rydell's got to be careful because Legend is just kind of, if he makes a slip up, Legend may slip through. There's Rydell, look at Rydell and Conzo, he's struggling to get his tyres up temperature, and Rydell smells blood. Look, they almost touch him, wow, that's very close. We go down to the Variante Alta. This is quite impressive. Matt picks another penalty as but Conzo now shouldn't go for it into the hairpin chicane. Yes, he does round the outside. Will Conzo back out of it? Yes, he does. I mean, that was wise for Conzo. He realises Rydell was the quicker driver and someone fighting too much, but he may leave himself vulnerable to Legend, who really got high as well as Tom and J-Luke. Tom, will he set it inside the final corner? Yes, he does. Now, will he get it slowed down? Indeed, he does, and he's through. And he will get DRS as well. Now, can J-Luke get the pass back? I don't think he can.
No, as DRS is enabled, as it looks like Matt is going to go for a move on Owen. These two battled before, they are going to battle again, and that is Matt up to P10. Obviously, no points available this race. So they are battling for a little bit of war there as they are. As we go back up to the front, and Montana is now 1.2. He's not really pulling away from J. Cole as much as I think as he wanted, as J. Cole is still on the soft compound tyre, 8 laps worn on there as he comes through. Yeah, you can see the gap that he has at the moment. The real battle at the moment might be Legend and Conzo, as Legend is within... Wow, what a...
Legend was very late on the brakes there, and he almost went back to Conzo, but Conzo's going to be vulnerable. He's got no DRS, but will Legend do the same thing? Will he just go for it before the DRS zone, like Rydell did? No, he doesn't, but surely this is the easiest overtake of the race for Legend, but he gets him in a per exit though, wow! Oh, he's lost it! And Tom gets through. Wow, Legend made a massive mistake in the corner. And that's cost him a surefire 4th place. Now, can Tom get the move done on Conzo? Look how much he's gaining. Is he going to go around the outside in turn 1? I think he is. Wow, Tom's gained two places in 2 corners. But Tom's on the grass and Conzo may fancy a repass here. Tom's all over the shop. But I think he's got it covered. Yes, he has.
Yeah, wow, what a move by Tom. He nearly ended up on the grass. As Legend is going to go... Legend's going to go for it. He may be a bit ambitious there, as he's going to tuck himself right behind Conzo. And he's going to go for the move, I think now. He's going to go for it. They're going to go side by side. Oh, he's pushed Conzo completely off the track, but gets the move done. He may get an illegal overtake position for that, because that was off the track. He was very lucky to keep that position. But what fantastic racing we have already seen, as we are now coming down to the final 12 laps here in Imola, as for the pre-season race here in One Hub for the Pinnacle tier, which is the top tier here in One Hub. And I just wonder, is Legend tyres a little bit too warm and a little bit heated up, as he was sliding out of that final corner, as Conzo has... Yeah, Conzo's got him, and I think maybe J-Luke might be able to get himself in this fight as well.
Inside.
He's going to go for it.
Yeah. Oh, on the curve. Oh, J-Luke's off and he's out of the race, surely. No, he's lost his wing.
No, he's lost.
Yeah, J-Luke was on the curb there and spun him around, and yeah, it's a shame there, because he was looking in a good position and he's lost his wing, and he's going to join Cleef at the back of the field who lost his wing. It's got a VSC. Is that just for debris, maybe?
Yeah, unfortunately sometimes 2 doesn't go into 1, and yeah, I think J-Luke was just a little bit ambitious there, maybe a little bit too late, as the VSC is now deployed. But can Lakitu get past Legend? Legend seems to be a little bit of a hard mover at the moment in P6, but we are under the virtual safety car. I just wonder if we can get back round enough quick enough. Is J. Cole going to make a pit stop? Because he would have a significantly reduced time under because everybody is at a reduced speed of 40%. So no, that is out the question.
Anyway. So yeah, he's gonna have to pit soon though. Jay called me. I was ashamed for him because he always wanted to pit then, but no, he doesn't. As a legend, no, he's going to repass Conzo. I think Legend's opportunity to cool his tyres down. He may fancy getting his move back. He's got to be careful because Lakita and Fetpass are in striking range against his run like he did last time. But Legend kind of run down the outside. Conzo's not much point defending this really because he can't get through. But what about Lakita? Lakita almost did it the same thing as Legend, but Conzo managed to hold on just as a rider down. Yeah, he's riding down. He's just outside that penalty range. He needs to close that a bit more. J-Luke's in the pits. J-Luke's changing his wing off him that spin. It's Fetbass and Lakito going side by side, and Matt's get his nose up there. This midfield battle is epic tonight.
Yeah, looks like midfield is where the battles are happening. Oh, as Legend goes a little bit wide off the track, Lakito also picks up a penalty. Is Legend's tyres on?
Yeah, he's all over the shop. He's not feeling comfortable. He's let Conzo through. I wonder if, yeah, Legend's going slow. Wow, what's that about? He's let everybody through. Has he got damage?
I just wonder if he has, or he knows that he can't battle, so he feels like get to the pits, get a fresh set of tyres on, and then battle coming in the last 10 laps here in as... is he going to go to the pits? He is going to go to the pits. So, oh, Tom! Oh, what's gone on?
Yeah,
that's.
I think he's going to retire. He's retired
yeah.
for the race. I could tell as soon as that picture. I could tell he's retired for the race because you're not into like that. As J Cole's ready stop, he's going to come out in 9th place, I believe. Yeah, he's going to come out in comfortable 9th place. What's the gap beats Owen? And this couple to keep an eye out for. This pit lane takes an eternity, and it was about 30 seconds. Comes out the pits, and the gap to Owen is 17 seconds, so he needs to gain a second half a lap. He might just do that, you know. He might, I don't think he'll be where he was, but I can see him moving up to top 6.
Yeah, as Lakito is actually quite on the back of Conzo, as he's right all over the back of him. Have you? I don't know if you can see on your side there, Jim. That battle for P5 is absolutely insane at the moment. It's like 4 cars trying to battle for one position, and that position at the moment is held by Conzo, and everyone is trying to get past him. He is doing an absolute magnificent job. This will help Fetbass get a gap as they will now come through.
He's in.
Yeah, he is in.
So he's going to come for a set of softs to go to the end of the race. But yeah, Conzo did a great job defensively. He had the tyre disadvantage. He managed to keep these guys behind, especially strong DRS owners. Lakito. That Fetbass's buffer ended now, so Lakito having a quiet race, Lakito, but it's quite a good one. As he gets on that curve and the exit, dips around the gravel, that's going to be his mental. Now Matt, we know how aggressive Matt is into Tozer. Is he going to fancy it again? I think he's a bit too far back, but yeah, he's a bit too far back this time. Conzo comes out behind, about 9 seconds behind J. Cole, so them Alpines are passed out for about 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, and wow, also look at Tom. He's snuck himself up there. Oh, yeah, Lakito makes a little bit of an error. He doesn't lose position, but he's got a very fast Matt behind him. As Tom picks up another penalty, that's 6 seconds. Tom could be not on the podium this evening, as he now has 6 seconds. He's going to have to create a gap to Fetbass, and that gap at the moment is only 2.9 seconds. He's got a little bit more of a gap, but I believe Fetbass has also got penalties. We will just have a double check of penalties.
Fetbass pits, so yeah, he had to do another stop, and I believe everybody now has done. Oh, apart from Montana, still got stop to do. So Riley was in a great position. He's in a comfortable Matt race lead when Montana pits, but Owen White's also in a good position. He's got no penalties, and if he can stick with these guys ahead, Owen White may get onto the podium tonight, which should be quite a good drive for the Aston Martin man.
Yeah, Owen just doing his own little race out there. He knows that he has no penalties. He knows the drivers around him has penalties. He's just got to keep them gaps nice and close, and he could be looking potentially at maybe a podium at least. Because obviously Matt has 6, who obviously we've seen him battle with already. Lakitu has 3 and Tom has 3. So it's all to play for that final podium place, as Montana still yet to make a second pit stop. I wonder if he's remembered that he's got to make a second pit stop, and he does make it, as it looks like the battle for P4 is still going. They are a little bit more spread out now, as Matt is going to come around the final corner, and he will get DRS because he is still within 1 second. Is he going to make the move as they come over the start finish line for lap 25 of 32? Owen can get himself, as Matt gets the move done, and that is Matt now up to P4. That is very crucial because the 2 drivers in front of him, one doesn't have any penalties and Tom has 6 seconds. So Matt needs to get his car up a little bit more closer to Tom and maybe go for an overtake, and then he won't drop as many positions as I think he probably wouldn't like to this evening, as that McLaren is doing an impressive job at the moment. Let's see, anybody else doesn't really like anybody else. Konzo maybe having a look at Fetbass. It's really the only kind of battle really that's close enough at the moment. So just to confirm, everybody except for Montana has done the mandatory 2 stop, and some drivers have done a little bit more, like Matt and J. Luke and Khalifa. They've all done 3 stops. So Montana will have to make a pit stop. Ryderdale will take that race win. I just wonder if Montana is trying to hold out, see if Tom can overtake Ryderdale, so at least when Montana does pit, Tom will be there to kind of, you know, make sure Williams is on the race win.
Oh, I wonder also if Montana is either number 1 forgot just the 2 stop there, or he's holding out for another safety car where he will pit and he will lose a lot less time. I think that's what Montana is holding out for, maybe the safety car. And if he doesn't get a safety car, he'll pit with like 2 or 3 laps to go. That's what I think will happen there. Is Owen Wyatt sort of got past Lakitu and he's very close to range with Tom, but yeah, he should get on the podium, which should be a good drive for him. As Jay Colley is gaining a lot actually. He's gaining 1.5 seconds lap. So Jake, don't count Jake out for a good result. The gap is just around 10 seconds to Lakitu ahead. So Jake Cole, well, will his tyres last? That's the question. Will his tyres last for it? If you can catch the back of Lakitu, will his tyres last? That's the problem with them soft tyres. You can maybe push a little bit too hard and not have enough tyres by the time you get to the car ahead.
Yeah, as Owen gets a massive bit of understeer coming out the final corner on the curb in the Aston Martin. I just wonder how long does Montana leave it, because there is a limit for how many laps remain with the safety car coming out, because if he leaves it with a safety car to come out, he is playing kind of a bit of a dangerous game, because even though the drivers are going to be going slower, he's going to be having everybody behind, and them tyres are going to be...
Fetbass, turn 1, sorry to interrupt. Konzo gets through to 8th place, so he's programmed to feel nicely. But yeah, on that safety car you mentioned earlier, I believe he can actually get safety car with come out with like 3 laps to go, and it's a 1-lap safety car, so that can happen, but I think that is very rare in the game. I've seen that happen twice. So yeah, Montana, I think the chance of safety car coming out are very minimal, so maybe it's my first three, maybe he's just forgotten. We'll see what he does this lap. Is he going to come in? No, he isn't, so maybe he has forgot, I don't know.
Yeah, as Ryderdale actually picked up a penalty, so the only 2 drivers this race that are still racing that don't have penalties is Owen Wyatt and J. Luke. So Owen has got a fantastic opportunity here to not just only take a race win, if he can really close up the gap in the last couple of laps, maybe overtake Matt, he could not just be looking at a P3, he could even be looking at a P2, which could be a fantastic night for the Aston Martin driver. Let's just see where he is. Lakitu is on his tail at the moment, so Matt is probably going to start pushing not Matt, Owen, I have to apologise, is going to start pushing as Lakitu has literally no ERS left, so he's not going to have anything other than DRS to attack. That probably is music to the ears to Owen, as he doesn't really want to be attacked from anybody behind him, as he knows a podium is still on the cards here this evening in Imola.
Yeah, it is for sure. And yeah, look at the live gap here at the moment. He's in second place. If you take out Montana by about a second, so he needs to keep the foot down, and he's on 2 warnings, so he's running a bit of a tightrope here, and especially if the keeper pushes him, he may push him into a mistake and a penalty, which may cost his point chances. So yeah, this is Owens in a pretty nice position, but it's very much on the edge. The keeper's got DRS, he's got the slipstream, he's gaining a lot. Will the keeper send it inside turn 1? No, he's a bit too far back, so Owen survives for another lap. Now, we've seen the dirty air be a bit of an issue around here, and yeah, Lakitu is hanging in on there just, but Owen Wyatt knows that he won't be fighting Lakitu too much if he's got a slipstream, but he won't want to lose too much time fighting with the guys. J. Luke gets past Khalifa. Khalifa is having a miserable race, he's off again, so Khalifa, I think he may be having some issues with his setup as J. Luke comes in the pit, so one of these guys are going for the fastest lap attempt.
Yeah, it seems like that, and Montana he's running out of laps to get that second pit stop in, as I don't think he's actually remembered that he has oh no, I believe there's 2 cars in. That's Khalifa and yeah. Oh, Tom picks up another penalty. That's now 9 seconds. So Tom probably is not going to be on the podium. And if Montana does not pit, he won't even be on the podium. He won't even be in the top 10. He'll be DSQ'd. I know it's only pre-season, but you still have to follow the 2-stop mandatory as
by Owen.
Yeah, as I was just about to mention that, as Lakitu gets himself up to P5 in that battle. Owen can still get up positions. He's still not out of a chance of getting up, maybe potentially P5, P4. I think maybe P3 might just be out of reach, as he is trying to work out now. Well, Lakitu is 4.8 behind Matt. Let's just have a look at the penalties again to try and work this out. So Matt has 6, Lakitu has 3. So Owen is definitely going to get Lakitu, and Lakitu won't get Matt. So yeah, it's kind of he is in. So he will come out. I reckon he's going to come right. Yeah. He has remembered. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for fastest lap.
Matt's got a run on Tom. Matt's got a run on Tom. He moved to second place. Yes, he does. We're going side by side, but yeah, Tom has to yield there, and Matt is up to second place. I think Matt's having a pretty solid race. He's impressing me as well. There's a few guys that definitely had strong races as Montana comes out in between the 2 Alpine cars, as I predicted. Now, I think it's a bit too He's on fresh soft. It's a 3-second gap to J. Cole. I think with 1.5 laps that's a bit too much, but Montana will surely smash the fastest lap at the end of the race.
Yeah, as we are coming down to what will be 1.5 laps left. It's going to be a very frantic finish, as we don't even know who is going to be the race winner, because, well, it probably will be Ryderdale. But Tom gets another penalty. It may be troubles in paradise for Williams, as I said that they would be potentially the OP team of the season, as Khalifa sets the first lap with a 15.6, but I think Montana will smash that, as you said, on them fresh laps. So the last lap here, sector 3.
Khalifa. I think that's Khalifa, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, I think. Yeah. So, last lap, Tom does get the move done on Matt, but Tom will relinquish this P2, as Matt may just want to sit behind, because he is going to get the position after the race, because obviously of the penalty that Tom has. This may be a track that Tom doesn't like, as he has 12 seconds on the time penalties. Affet Bass also gets past Konzo for P8. So where will Owen finish is the main question, because he and J-Luke do not have any penalties. J-Luke is 46.1 seconds behind Konzo, so I don't think he'll be moving from P10, as I believe Ryderdale is coming through the final few corners. He is now going to be eventually crossing the line. He will take the on-track win, but he won't... Oh no, he will take the race win, as Tom has 12 seconds. And here is your provisional race winner for the pre-season in Pinnacle tier, which is Ryderdale.
Oh, yeah, Matt and Thomas outside across the line there. Matt gets second place, Lakitu fourth, he'll stay third, but Laurie will jump to third place, yes he will. J. Cole in sixth. Montana will get 7th, fastest lap 1:40.7. That's a quick fastest lap. Fet Bass will lose 8th place to Konzo, I believe.
So we'll just let the final few drivers cross the line, as Konzo gets himself up to 8th from back of the grid. A fantastic drive for the Alpine driver. Of course, not confirmed, I believe, for the season that he will be driving for Alpine. A lot of the drivers still yet to pick their teams, as we wait for ERT, Khalifa and J-Luke. They're actually still battling this, so we've still got a bit of last lap battling, but I think J-Luke may lose the position.
The final corner, it's going to be ascending the final corner, I can see, yeah. Pre-season, got nothing to lose. J-Luke, yes, it is ascend. Oh, that was a bit aggressive there, but at least he's half spun it. He went for the move there, didn't work out. It's only pre-season, well, he might as well try it. Khalifa will keep 10th place, J-Luke will get 11th, but Khalifa lets J-Luke through. That's good sportsmanship there. So what's happened early on.
So the race here is done in the Pinnacle tier for One Hub Racing in Imola. Matt gets driver of the day. We will be picking our driver of the days very shortly, as we take a look at what will be the race finish results. So it is Ryderdale in the Alfa Romeo. Will that be his team for the season? Who knows? We'll obviously all know by Sunday evening, which is all being sorted out by our fantastic head of teams with Jamie and the drivers. So an Alfa Romeo takes the race win. It may be what we're in store for the rest of the season, with Matt and Owen, who had a fantastic battle early on in the race, taking P2 and P3 on the podium there, as Tom got knocked off the podium because of his 12 seconds. So the rest of the race results: Lakitu in 4th, Tom in 5th, J. Cole in 6th, Montana in 7th, Konzo in 8th, Fet Bass in 9th, J. Luke in 10th, and then outside the top 10 is Khalifa. And then your DNFs for this race is Legend, Chalkers, Coranson, I apologise if I pronounced that wrong, and then Henry unfortunately didn't finish the race, should I say. So that is the 15 drivers that did race here this evening in Pinnacle tier, and my driver of the day, I think I'm going to give it to Owen. And my question for Owen is, you knew the level of drivers that you were coming up against this evening, but did you think a podium was your expectation this evening, or was it just to be in that midfield battle?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've got another bit of message on Owen. I've just checked in the tier chat, and Owen had diffuser damage that race, so even more impressive to get the podium. That's quite good. And my driver, Dave, he's got to go to the winner who made quite a good strategy call under the safety car, and it's Ryderdale. I'm going to ask him, how them medium tyres, how the mean tyres feel for you? Did you feel comfortable on them? And you must be delighted to get this race win. And how does it feel to beat them Williams cars?
Yeah, so that is our questions to our two driver of the days, which were Owen in the Aston Martin and Ryderdale in the Alfa Romeo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for pre-season night here in One Hub from myself and Jamie. It's been an absolute pleasure to share the comms box with Jamie once again, and hopefully himself and his commentator, well, his co-commentator for the season, have an absolute fantastic season as they all head off now to Japan in Suzuka next week. Will it be rain? Will it be a dry race next week? Who knows? Come and find out in One Hub Racing next week. We'll be live on Twitch and YouTube next week, starting from 6:15, where you can see all the tiers, and I'm sure you'll be tuning in. But until next time, when we go racing in One Hub, good night.